Hello Chelsea fans, welcome to the Chelsea Show, your number one home for everything Chelsea Football Club. Whether you've supported the Blues all your life or you're a new fan, this is the place for you. Get ready for daily Chelsea news, transfer updates, match previews, and deep tactical analysis that keeps you connected to Stamford Bridge every day. Let's dive into the story. Then Chelsea before the storm. Maresca and his squad prepare for Everton. The winter morning at Cobham Training Centre was covered with a cold grey mist. But inside Chelsea's internal world, there was a different temperature. One made of fire, urgency, and determination. This was not a casual morning. This was not a routine session. This was the final training before Chelsea's crucial showdown against Everton, a match that demanded focus, discipline, and total commitment. Under the precise, calm, calculated leadership of Enzo Maresca, the players arrived with one mission: refine every detail, polish every movement, strengthen every connection, and prepare their minds for a battle Chelsea could not afford to lose. There were no cameras inside this session, no media noise, no outside pressure. Just a group of elite footballers following the final steps of preparation under a manager whose tactical brilliance had transformed the team's identity. The arrival of the squad: silence, focus, fire. The first player to step out of the tunnel was Reece James, Chelsea's captain, moving with the calm authority of someone born to carry responsibility. His boots hit the ground with purpose. His eyes scanned the pitch ahead, like a commander studying a battlefield. Even though he was still recovering his top physical rhythm, his presence alone elevated the atmosphere. Shortly after him came Robert Sanchez, gloves already on, bouncing lightly on his toes, preparing his body to absorb the cold. His presence was tall, imposing, commanding. His voice would later echo across the session countless times. Malo Gusto arrived with youthful swagger, earbuds in, head nodding lightly to music only he could hear. If James represented experience and leadership, Gusto represented hunger and ambition. The two fullbacks exchanged a focused handshake, one of those silent gestures that meant, let's deliver tomorrow. Then came Marc Cucurella, fiery as always, jogging in tight circles to warm his legs before stepping onto the grass. His energy was contagious. He trained as if every drill was a World Cup final. Behind him followed the twin towers of the defensive line, Trevoh Chalobah and Wesley Fofana. Chalobah moved with thoughtful calmness, analysing every detail around him. Fofana, on the other hand, came with explosive confidence, chest out, strides powerful, eyes sharp with competitive fire. Fofana's recovery from injury had felt like witnessing a warrior return to his battlefield. The heartbeat of the squad walked out next. Moises Caisedo and Enzo Fernandez, the midfield engines. Caicedo came smiling lightly, but his eyes betrayed the seriousness of the mission. Fernandez, calm and focused, carried the aura of a player who understood pressure better than anyone. He had lived it. He had conquered it before. And then, slowly, almost majestically, the attacking trio stepped onto the grass. Pedro Neto, the wing dynamite Estevao Willian, the Brazilian jewel Joao Pedro, the elegant forward. They came together, laughing softly, but their relaxed energy hid sharp ambition. Cole Palmer, Chelsea's silent genius, appeared last among the outfield players. Hood on, hands in pockets, quiet, always quiet. But silence from Palmer meant danger for the opponent. The calmer he walked, the sharper he would strike. Finally, Dealap, built like a young tank, joined the group with heavy steps filled with hunger to prove himself. Then, the session began. Maresca steps forward, the general of the Blue Army. When Enzo Maresca walked into the centre of the pitch, the entire atmosphere shifted. He didn't shout. He didn't wave his arms. He didn't try to inspire with loud speeches. That was not his style. Maresca led with clarity, precision, detail, structure. He clapped twice, sharp, quick, intentional. "Gentlemen," he said, voice calm yet cutting through the cold air like a blade. "Today, we perfect the identity. Tomorrow, we defend it." Those words stayed floating in the cold mist, as warm breath escaped from the players' mouths. The message was clear. Chelsea would win, not just by effort, but by structure, discipline, and control. Warm-up, a test of sharpness and speed. The players formed groups and began dynamic warm-ups. James and Gusto led acceleration drills, sprinting in short bursts, testing their reaction speed. Cucurella jumped rope with ferocious rhythm. Chalobah and Fofana exchanged short, tight passes, increasing tempo every 30 seconds. Caisedo and Enzo worked together on short rotations, one dropping deep, the other spinning into space. Further up the pitch, the attackers were already showing magic. Neto receiving on the half-turn and exploding down the lane, Estevao weaving through cones with elegant, almost dancing footwork. Palmer pinging passes with ridiculous accuracy, even during warm-up, Joao Pedro showing silky touches. Dealap practicing near-post runs with deadly determination. Robert Sanchez worked separately with the goalkeeper coach. Explosive dives, low reaction saves, commanding high claims. Every punch he made echoed like a small explosion. Tactical Phase 1, Chelsea's build-up machine. Maresca blew his whistle. The squad shifted into the first major phase of training. Build-up under pressure. This was Maresca's signature, his identity, his obsession. Chelsea split into two units. Build-up team versus pressing team. Sanchez played like an 11th outfield player, spraying passes to fullbacks and midfielders with incredible calm. James inverted into midfield exactly when Maresca signalled with a hand gesture. Gusto pushed high into the right interior channel, acting like a hybrid fullback winger. Cucurella stayed deeper, supporting Enzo, allowing rotations that confused the pressing opponents. Chalobah and Fofana were flawless in circulation, calm, technical, precise. Fofana dribbled past the first marker twice, causing Maresca to applaud lightly. Good Wesley, elegance with purpose. Caicedo acted as the anchor, absorbing pressure, turning defenders like they were cones, and distributing quickly. Enzo acted as the brain, picking passes between lines that broke Everton-like structures apart. Maresca stopped the drill. Again, faster, more triangles, more courage. And they repeated it until it became automatic, natural, unstoppable. Tactical Phase 2. The high press becomes a weapon. Now it was time to practice pressing triggers. The pressing lineup: Neto, Joao Pedro, Palmer, Estevao, Dealap. These were the hunters. Maresca explained with precision. Palmer steps first. Joao closes the angle. Neto traps the fullback. Estevao blocks the pivot. Liam attacks the centre-back. It must feel like a cage. The press began, and it was breathtaking. Neto sprinted with animal intensity. Estevao predicted passes beyond his age. Palmer pressed with intelligence, not speed, cutting options like a chess grandmaster. Joao Pedro combined strength and creativity, forcing turnovers. Dealap chased everything with warrior energy. In one sequence, the press forced a mistake. Palmer intercepted and slipped Joao Pedro, who finished with casual confidence. Maresca nodded. Yes, that is Chelsea. Attacking phase, a rain of chances. Now the session exploded into attacking drills, crossing and finishing. James delivered a perfect driven cross. Dealap rose like a giant and hammered a header in. Gusto whipped a fast low cross. Neto attacked the near post and finished with the outside of his boot. Cucurella floated a softer ball. Estevao timed his run and volleyed a beautiful goal. Combination play: Caicedo arrow, Enzo arrow, Palmer arrow, Joao Pedro arrow. Goal. The ball moved like electricity, fast, fluid, unstoppable. Shooting Palmer curled into the top left. Neto smashed one into the roof of the net. Joao Pedro sent a calm, low finish into the corner. Estevao dribbled past two mannequins and slotted it in. Dealap blasted one that nearly broke the net. The intensity grew with every repetition. Defensive phase. The wall of Cobham Everton are dangerous in set pieces, crosses, second balls, physical duels. Maresca knew this. So he trained Chelsea to become iron. Sanchez claimed cross after cross, shouting "away" with incredible authority. Fofana won every aerial duel, every single one. Chalobah timed interceptions perfectly, stepping out at the last moment. James and Gusto worked on recovery runs, bursting back to stop counters. Cucurella pressed with fire, forcing turnovers. Caicedo cleaned every loose ball like a vacuum. Enzo organised everything with calm hand gestures, shifting the block intelligently. The final scrimmage. A blue battle. Maresca ended the session with an 11v11 scrimmage. It was war. Neto scored first after cutting inside and bending a shot around Sanchez. Palmer equalised with a moment of pure genius, chipping the keeper effortlessly. Joao Pedro scored a magnificent solo goal, dribbling past two defenders. Dealap answered with a powerful finish after overpowering Fofana. Estevao produced magic, dribbling past three players before assisting Palmer for 3-2. The defenders tightened, the midfield battled, the attackers shone. It was Chelsea at full power. Maresca's final word. When the whistle ended training, Maresca called everyone in. He looked each player in the eyes. James, Gusto, Cucurella, Chalobah, Fofana, Sanchez, Caicedo, Enzo, Neto, Estevao, Palmer, Joao Pedro, Dealap. Then he spoke. Tomorrow is not about Everton. It is about us, our identity, our courage, our discipline. If we play as a team, if we trust the structure, we win. The players nodded silently. Hands met in the middle of the circle. A single shout followed. Chelsea! Cobham shook with it. The Blues walked off the pitch ready. Ready for the battle. Ready for the fight. Ready for 3 points. Ready to defend the identity Maresca had built. Tomorrow would not be war. It would be Chelsea's statement.